Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Open eCry market commentary for the week of November 12th. My name is Toby Gennaro from Trade with Precision, and just coming to you with the outlook for the week. And beginning with the ES futures and just looking at some of the higher time frames here, looking at the monthly chart. We're obviously right in the middle of this candle right here on the monthly, but we're getting a pullback right back into that buy zone, which is right around that 10-period moving average. And looking at the weekly chart, we just got a pullback off of this reversal pattern here that we can see a lot better on the daily chart. But we got a breakdown from that all the way back down to the 50% level, and just barely touched, but pretty close. And then if we look down to the daily chart, we can see it was a full reversal pattern here, and then a breakdown right back down into that 62% retracement of this most recent run right here. And so that coupled very nicely with that 1373, 1376 level, kind of in that zone. And so that coupled very nicely. We got an indecisive candle right there. So I might be looking for some more bullish candles to set up here, but probably looking to a break to the upside, at least back up into this level right here around 1394, which would be the first level of resistance. Now, if we do break down below this level right here, right around actually where we're currently at, right around 1373. If we break through that level right there, more than likely we'll come down and retest this level at 1363. And if we do that, then you want to probably start to look for some divergence on some of the higher time frames like the 240, the 120. I doubt we'll see divergence here on the 480, but that'll probably give you a sense that this downtrend is weakening, at least in the short term, and we're due probably for a bounce, maybe back up into this level right here around that 1400 area. So that's what it looks like on the S&P futures. If you're looking to trade this short, there is a nice established downtrend here. Obviously, trading this on the shorter time frames and taking profit early and regularly would be the idea, because we're really just biding our time here and looking for the bounce back to the upside to get back up to some of these highs, because as you can see, we are in a strong uptrend on the monthly, on the weekly, and everything is still in alignment on the daily, but we just rolled over here, which is fairly common of a pullback. And then more than likely, once we get a turn and a move back up, potentially maybe into the holidays at year end, we'll start to see the trend resume. So those are some of the things to keep an eye out for, but keep an eye out for some of that divergence, and we're really just looking for a turning point here, which might take some time. So we're going to look for some of those reversal patterns on the daily chart, on the 480, on the 240, that are going to give us some clues as to when this turning point may occur. And taking a look at the small cap stocks here on the Russell 2000, again with the monthly chart, a little deeper pullback than what we saw on the ES, kind of almost back down to that 20-period moving average, and actually came in very close, right around, I believe, 784, I think. Yeah, 784.5 was the low right here on this most latest monthly candle, coming really close into that 778, 780 level, which has been really a solid level of support and resistance going back quite a ways. As we move over to the weekly chart, we can see that we have a very similar retracement here. On the ES, it was a 50% retracement. On the Russell here, it's come all the way back to the 62% level, which is coupled very nicely again with that 780 level. So it looks like we're getting a little bit of a bounce off that. We could get a rally back up into this level right around that 800 level again, and that would put us right back in the sell zone, which might give us a rollover to retest that 784 level, or perhaps come down a little bit further and retest that solid support level right around 780. So in looking at some of the other time frames like the 480, we can see that the moving averages are actually coming down to meet the price, which tells us that it's a little bit of an inkling that the market has a little bit further more to go on the downside. So be aware of that. There's no divergence or anything on any of these time frames that's telling us that the trend is weakening to this point, but we do want to temper our short or bearish sentiment with this 780 level that has been support for a solid level of support for quite a while. So those are some of the ideas that we're thinking about. Again, we're biding our time here to look for a reversal pattern to get us back along. As you can see on the monthly chart, big pullback here, back up, second touch at that level, 50% retracement, back up at that level. So there is not a perfect flat level, but basically three touches here, and then now a pullback looking to be that 62% retracement with that solid level there at 778, and then a move back up to the high then at 854. So still overall bullish on the market, the U.S. indices here. Just have to look for the proper entry signal in terms of when this downtrend is going to start to move back to the upside and resume the higher time frame trend. And then lastly, looking at silver, and as we can see on the highest time frame, the monthly chart had really an extensive run up here if you've been tracking silver for the last couple of years, and reached a high there of 51, somewhere around there, and then you got a pretty healthy pullback here just over the past year. And so we've kind of been in this range from right around 35 all the way down to this low of like 26. So in this most recent pullback, we don't have a completion of this candle right here. We're in the middle of the month, so we can't use that candle on the monthly chart, even though it is looking bullish. But we want to move down to some of the lower time frames, like the daily chart, where we can actually see this most recent run up right here, and then we got a pullback right back into that 62% retracement level, right around 30.5. And then as we move down to the 240 and the 120-minute charts, we can see that there's a shorter term trend here with the 50, the 20, and the 10 period moving average in alignment. We have higher highs, higher lows, and we're getting that bullish candle right in the buy zone. And same here on the 120-minute chart. Higher highs, higher lows, bullish candle setting up in and around the 10 and 20 period moving average. Moving averages are all getting into alignment. So we'd probably be looking for this to move. Our first resistance level would be somewhere up around this 33.5 level. Obviously taking your profit at 1-to-1, and then looking for getting the trade to break even, and then looking for a larger move up into 33.5 is what we'd be looking for. So a nice little setup there, trend flow trade on silver. So that's the outlook on the markets for the week. We'd like to thank you for watching the Open eCry market commentary for the week of November 12th, and we do look forward to speaking to you next week on the market update.